The phone rang at exactly 1:17 in the morning. No caller ID, no vibration. Just the glow of the screen casting light across the ceiling, accusing and silent. I let it ring. I didn't need to answer. I already knew. I was seated on the edge of the bed, shoes still on my feet, jacket hanging halfway off my shoulders. Beside me, my wife slept peacefully, breathing as if nothing in her world was fractured. Her phone lay face down on the dresser. Mine rested in my palm, the missed calls searing into the glass like a brand. Earlier that evening, she had laughed while grabbing her purse. Girls' night, she'd said. Divorced friends. Every weekend now, she always laughed more when she left, always seemed lighter, freer. I rose carefully and opened her bag. My hand moved slowly through fabric until it found what I was looking for. The recorder. Still warm, like it had been holding secrets for hours. I pressed play. Female. Voices poured out, smooth with wine. Confident. Dangerous. You're not his possession. Stop living for him. You deserve freedom. I stopped the audio the moment her breathing shifted. In the darkness, I watched the woman I married turn slightly away from me. That was when it clicked. Something had already died. I just hadn't put it in the ground yet. The next day she removed her wedding ring. No argument. No dramatic explanation. She simply slid it across the kitchen counter as if it belonged to someone else. I need space, she said. Calm. Practiced. I nodded. I smiled. I poured her coffee. Inside me, something rearranged itself. She began staying out later. Her clothes became sharper, more deliberate. She laughed at messages she never shared. The voices from the recorder followed me everywhere, whispering through the silence. I didn't confront her. I watched out the way she tensed when I touched her phone, the holes in her stories, the way she spoke about freedom like it was something I owed her. At night, I listened to the recordings again. Not to suffer, to study, to notice patterns. These women weren't just divorced. They were bitter, and they were teaching her how to be ruthless without appearing cruel. Still, I waited. People expose more when they think you aren't looking. I stayed agreeable, predictable, safe, while she slept. I synced backups, checked timestamps, locations, dates. There was no affair, no lover hiding in the shadows. What was happening was worse. This was emotional corrosion, group reinforcement, a slow rewriting of history where I became the villain in stories I was never allowed to hear. Then I found the message. Not on my wife's phone, on her sister's. She arrived, without warning, eyes swollen, hands trembling. She didn't sit. She simply extended her phone toward me. One message. Sent the night before. If you leave him, I'll help you destroy him. He won't know what hit him. From my wife. The silence in the room was precise. Surgical, her sister whispered. I thought you should see this. I thanked her. Within an hour, my wife's carefully constructed life began collapsing. I didn't yell. I didn't confront her in fury. I sent emails to her employer, to her parents, to the friends who had been quietly reshaping our marriage. Behind my back, I attached recordings, screenshots, dates, context. No opinions, no insults, just facts. When she returned home, the house felt altered, like it had already moved on. Without her, she noticed the rings still sitting on the counter. Her phone began vibrating non-stop. She read, and then she shattered. Why? She sobbed. Why would you do this? I looked at her carefully. You already did, I said. She tried to explain. To revise. To cry her way back into control. I handed her the recorder. Recognition hit instantly. I watched it sink in. She lost her job before the week ended. Her parents stopped answering calls. Her friends went silent. The women who had encouraged her to be free vanished the moment consequences appeared. She stood in the doorway with a suitcase she hadn't packed herself. I never cheated, she said, as if that absolved anything. No, I replied. You just trained for it. I closed the door softly. Weeks have passed. The house is quiet, orderly, clean. I sleep better now, not because I'm healed, but because I'm no longer confused. Some betrayals don't come from outsiders. They come from people who need to ruin you to feel complete. I didn't win. I simply refused to lose myself, and that was enough.